Okay, so this class is about describe image, and after that, when we will done with it, then we will see, maybe we will be practicing the read alouds, including them. And I guess till the time most students will be joining us soon. So this class is provided by CECA. You all know that, right? So these are the free classes we are running since April month, and the Nati classes, they are also available. Nati Hindi, Nati Punjabi, Nati Urdu, right? Nati Nepalese. So if you are after any of such Nati language, you can also opt for those classes as well. And we are sooner coming with more languages in the Nati, right? And also, guys, IELTS class is also imparted at 2 to 4 every day, Monday to Friday. So if anybody is after IELTS class, kindly share the information regarding the classes with people, right? And I told you guys to do the Google review. That is on the CECA Google review page. There you need to go and write a review regarding the classes you are attending, how you feel about the classes, and how these classes are, right? And definitely there are other services like free TR lodgement, like the free conversion of the student visitor to the student visa, right? And even the education provider if you want to change. And right now there are scholarships available for the admission into different courses from diploma to the master. So this is all the services provided by CECA, and free of cost these days, right? So not wasting much time, not waiting more, we will be starting with the first item type of the day. That's the describe image, as you can see on the screen. So this class is about describe image. So when you will be sitting in your exam, so this is going to be the third item type, right? First will be the read aloud, second will be the repeat sentence, and third will be the describe image. So there will be 6 to 7 item types from describe image, and it usually includes 8 types of diagram. So there will be total number of question in this particular item type will be 6 to 7, right? So that means it has a lot of potential, and the scoring is also coming to the speaking only, right? So it can boost up, lift up your speaking module score. So it is very important in regards to the speaking module only, right? And it usually includes 8 type of diagrams. That means the 6 to 7 item types you will be having in this question will be of different kind of the diagrams. Maybe you're getting two same line graph, or I mean 2 line graphs, you are getting one pie chart, one process diagram, one map, one picture, or one pyramid. Any combination can be there, but yes, and the combination will be 8 categories of diagram: line graph, pie chart, bar graph, Venn diagram, pictures, maps, pyramids, and process diagrams, right? So this is the type of the diagrams, 8 types, right? So this task contributes solely to your PT speaking score. That's what I told you. So it is a speaking score booster module, right? So the main consideration need to be your on oral fluency. This is the one major thing you need to take care when it is describe image. Second, definitely your pronunciation, and then content, right? So this is the slabs of the priority: fluency, pronunciation, and your content, right? So what will happen, an image is displayed on screen, right? You will be given 25 seconds to prepare that image. So with the help of the templates you all guys have, right, you have to find out which things you are going to say in this particular diagram in those 25 seconds, and after that prepare yourself to speak for another 35-second plus, right? So 35-second plus means you are just speaking for 36 seconds, and that's it, right? You don't have to hesitate while speaking, even if you started off diagram in a wrong way. Suppose it's a line graph and you started talking like it's a bar graph, right? Don't go back and correct yourself, because correcting yourself will make you lose more scores. So it's a complete losing score kind of thing if you are just correcting yourself, you just hesitating, you just fumbling, or you just repeating yourself for some sentence or word. So it's completely need to avoid if you want to have good score in describe image. It's like just make a thumb rule: what is said, it's said now. Now you are not going back correcting, or checking on grammar or pronunciation, or you're not adding information, you're not omitting information, nothing you are doing on here. Once done, it's over, right? So it will maintain your fluency, which is the master key in here for the describe image, right? These are the very important things to keep in mind. And time, guys, that's very important that you are speaking within 36 seconds only. Otherwise you are exceeding the time limit. It will affect your fluency and pronunciation, right? And if you're speaking too slow, you won't be receiving 79 plus score in the speaking. So every item type in here in the speaking, like if I want to score 90, 85, 80, even like something like that. So it's like sorry. Okay, so it's like if you want to even receive the 90 score, the master key to this speaking section is your fluency. And second thing, you are not exceeding the given time limit, that is 40 seconds. So you should not be exceeding the time limit, right? I hope it is understandable to everyone that why it's important to speak for 35 or 36 seconds only, right? And this is the bar graph, how it will, this is how it is going to look like. I have the different okay, so this is the template. You can go with this one as well. So this is like the every template is different with every image. You can opt this type of the templates as well, or I'm sharing the static and non-statics kind of the templates. Maybe it's your choice. You are opting those certain kind of the templates as well, right? So this is bar graph. This is the template with the bar graph. Maybe you can use this one when you are speaking any of the bar graphs. These all the templates very calculated one, especially the non-statistical and statistical. They are very calculated one. If you're following them, you won't be exceeding your time somewhere around 35 or 36 seconds. So that's why it's important to follow them. I mean, somewhere around you will be having 8 sentences, that's it. Or in the another part, the non-statistical one, where there are no datas and all, there are only pictures, there are only information without data, processes are there. So non-static statistical is set for those kind of diagrams in this question type. So you will be having maybe around the 3 sentences that are fixed, you know that, right? And after that, maybe you are just framing more 5 more sentences, and that's good for 35 36 seconds. So just make a like a blueprint, like I'm speaking 8 sentences for both kind of diagrams, whether it's with the numbers, figures and percentages, whether it's a diagram, pyramid or a process chart, right? So just fix, like I'm speaking 8 sentences, I'm calculating my time, how many sentences I'm speaking, that I'm finishing it off in 36 seconds. So maybe for me it's 8 sentences, for you it's 9, for some other person it's 7, but it needs to be somewhere around this only, right? So this is a line graph. I'm not taking much description here. I'm not giving much description because we are going to the another statistical and non-statistical one images. So this is the line graph. It could have 3 lines, 2 lines, 1 line as well, right? So whenever it's a line graph, you may need these particular, right? These are the sentences which will help you to fix the things in the line graph, because this is always like the figure fluctuated between, right? So such kind of information are very common when it comes to the line graphs, right? So the figure fluctuated between, the figure rose sharply, because the line graph is normally having so much up and downs and such particular trends. So that's why, right? All right. So this is the template with the line graph. If you want to take it and keep it, you can. You can use this one as well. You should need to just fix the information picked up from the line graph and fix it here. This is pyramid, right? And this could be as simple as you can see right now on the screen, and it could be really different as well, right? And okay, let me show you the template for the pyramid. So the template for pyramid is here. You see the given pyramid outlines at the lowest level. So before that, just those 3 lines, you are fixing it up there so that you are not running out of time, or it's not like that you are finishing too early, right? This is pie chart. Pie charts are the easiest one to describe, right? Because they are very simple. There is a circle and there are different shares of the pie. They are having certain percentages or numbers, and every share of the pie is associated with one category. So they're quite simple to explain, right? So this is the template you will be having with the pie chart. The slices of the pie chart illustrate, sometimes you can even pick up the words from the different the template I'm sharing. And if you feel comfortable with the template you have already learned, so it's all great. You don't have to change it a lot, right? Table have a lot of information when it comes to the table, describing tables. But what you have to do here, that just speak what you can see on this particular line, and what you can see here, and what is the topic. These three things are important to speak, and after that pick any highest information, pick any lowest information, and conclude it up. So make it quite simple. Don't get involved into speaking every bit of the information given under every row, because that's not feasible enough. That's where you will be fumble, you will get confused, and you will ultimately be just exceeding the time limit, and there will be a lot of fumbling, and it will affect your fluency as well at the same time, right? So just keep it very simple. Just speak what is there in every column in the first row, what are there in the different columns in the like first row again. What is the heading? I mean, heading, of course, that's going to be the first, then second, then third, and then just pick any highest, any lowest, and conclude it up. So this is the one which goes with the table, right? But again, this is quite a few sentences, so the one I'm sharing, you can opt up that as well, right? Process diagrams, and sometimes it's very difficult to understand the process diagram in the 25 seconds. So what you can do at that moment, right? Maybe this is starting from here, like it has arrow. Now I know that this is starting from here and ending up here. But suppose there are no arrows, or even there are arrows, still I just started speaking from here. That paper making machine, I can see a paper making machine. The process happening is there is the production of the paper, right? Suppose I just started off from here. Now don't bother much about that. Now keep continue speaking in this direction only. I know this is kind of the anti-direction in which the information given, but that doesn't affect your score until and unless you are not ruining your oral fluency, right? So this is very true with every kind of the diagram or the pie chart, line graph, anything you are speaking and you just spoke something wrong, but you are not correcting, repeating, you just making it in a good flow, you just continuously speaking, that means you will be still receiving good score. So this is a trick here, right? So however you have started from the wrong direction, don't worry about that. You won't be losing mark on the content till the time you are speaking everything which is in the diagram only, right? So this is the process diagram template. The given process diagram show the life cycle of an, so it is like with different sentences. The spaces here, every space in the template, that mean you are picking up the information from the diagram and you fixing it up here, right? The maps, right? So the maps, they are very critical. When you see them, this feel like this is gonna be very difficult kind of thing, but ultimately they are the easiest one, because maps you have to speak starting the three sentences I told you for the non-statistical images, and after that you are just speaking what you can see on the right hand side, on the left hand side, and in the middle. And after that the maps, they are usually color coded. Go and start talking about their colors, right? And here like this map, you have a lot of information you see. Even you're just not speaking what it actually about. I'm just saying this is food security and climate change map, right? And it is having climate unsuitable, malaria unsuitable or absent, and it has climate suitable, malaria and malaria stable, different kind of the bars, right? And there are different colors of the bars, and I can see the 7 bars over there. So they are having red, orange, yellow, green, blue, light blue, white color, and there are different numbers written, kind 0, less than 0 0.1, 0 0.1 to 0 0.25. You see, there is a lot of information. When it comes to the map, you need to behave smart, you need to behave clever, so that you are just not running out of the sentences. Don't feel like there is less information on what I can speak. This seems very complicated. No image is complicated in the describe image. Remember that, right? Now this is the template here. If you want to go with the different templates, so this is the given map shows, right? The given map, what it shows, the food security and climate change, right? The given map show the food security and climate change among the different, we won't say countries here because they are just giving us the one map, so different states maybe, right? And you never know, now they have not given any specific name, so maybe they are just giving different countries information here, so it's okay to say even to different countries as well. So you see, this is how you are going to explain the maps, right? Venn diagram are overlapping circles. As you can see, this is regarding pets. There are indoor pets, there are outdoor pets, and there are few pets which can be kept at like the both category pets, right? They can be indoor pets as well, cat and rabbits, and you can see cat and rabbits as the outdoor pets as well. So this is the information of the Venn diagram. Usually the same characteristics shared by the different set of the information given in the diagram, that is we call overlapping circle information. And this area, that mean whatever is different here, something is different here, something is different here, but this is something common in between the two things mentioned in the Venn diagram, right? So the Venn diagram, this is the template you can use if you want to use the different sentences. You see, these sentences will help you in case you forgot something. So it's always good to have a backup, right? So here the given Venn diagram depicts about the information of the indoor pets. It is crystal clear from the Venn diagram that there are different category of the pet which can be kept as the indoor and the outdoor pets, right? So this is how you will be building up the sentences in here. Right, so these are the all diagrams, all 8 diagrams you will be having in the exam, right? The basic things. Avoid umming and ahhing while speaking. So if you are umming or you are just making sound of like thinking or just like that, so you are losing score on that. So it is very easy to retain on those scores by not making any sound of thinking like umming and ahhing or fumbling, right? So this will reduce your oral fluency and overall marks, of course. Remember to avoid any grammatical mistakes while forming the sentences. Now this is important. So that's why the template is there, so that the sentences you are framing, they are grammatically right and there is a sequence in the sentence, right? Prepare the structure. The structure I have given you, these ones and the one I'm going to share now. So just prepare everything with the help of the structure and try to speak it over and over again. The last time we had this class, you guys were not up to the mark. You were just speaking more than 40 seconds, 45 seconds, and if you're speaking low, then you are just speaking for 28 to 30 seconds. So that's not should be the case. It is like if you are just giving your answer in such a way in the real exam, definitely you won't be receiving good scores, right? So it's very important to keep this thing in mind always, that you need to speak 36 seconds, right? And you're not speaking less than that, more than that as well. Just give yourself a target. When you just leisurely think, okay, I can speak 36, 37, 38, sometimes 39 as well. So ultimately you are not giving a target, you're not giving a aim yourself, and definitely you are just crossing the limit, or maybe you're just falling behind the limit. So when you're setting a target for yourself while practicing, I have to speak 36 seconds only, ultimately you are finishing it up off here, or maybe 37 seconds, and that's it, right? Don't miss the conclusion. That's what I told you the last time we practiced the describe image as well. You guys were missing on the conclusions. You were exceeding, and it's like up to 40 seconds there was no conclusion, and you were just jumping to one, maybe just a second above. So it's like if there is no conclusion, the system won't grant it as like a full answer, and definitely you won't be getting good scores. So this is also a trick to add the conclusion at the end. That's why the templates has a word overall. So overall, that means this is something I am summing up the overall information. This word indicates that. So that's why it's important to add this word overall. The given information is knowledgeable and informative for me, right? So that's why this is like a, there is nothing in the sentence like very informative and knowledgeable for me. Now what's there in the sentence? It's just that it's a trick to add this word overall cleverly over there so that the system get that, okay, now this is a conclusive of the entire diagram and the student has answered in 36 seconds from the intro to the conclusion part. So everything is very calculated. There is a reason behind it why it is written there. So just follow that, right? Now, this is like speaking in fluency and with good pronunciation equals to the success here. So how you can get the even 90 marks in the speaking, just maintaining your fluency. And definitely when you're not doing any grammatical errors in the sentences, you are not fumbling, you are not repeating yourself, you are not correcting yourself. This is ultimately happen, right? So that's how students, there are students who are receiving sometimes 79 marks in the speaking. They want 79, but they even getting 85 and 90 marks in the speaking as well. So this is all this is the all reason like why you are receiving more marks in the speaking, right? So this is regarding the describing image. I'm just stopping it here for a while. So you guys have the templates with you, right? The later one, statics and non-statics.
No, I don't have it with me.
Okay, so I'm sharing it. Just give me a second. So just take a screenshot of them. So this is here. So this is for this is for statistical. That means images with the like the images like pie chart. Sorry, just a moment. Like images with the like pie chart, line graph and bar graph. So the given image, simply you can say that, or maybe if it's a bar graph, the given bar graph get information about the sugarcane production in the Queensland. The data is calculated in the percentages or the hundred of thousands. After having a look, I can see various trends are emerging. It is clear the maximum figure is of year 1998, which is 67%. The second highest figure is of year 2000, which is 94%, whatever it's there. So on the other hand, the minimum figure is of year 2001. I can see some more information regarding your 95, 96. Overall, it is concluded that the bar graph gives the informative and knowledge. It's very informative and knowledgeable for me, right? This is how you will be pasting up the information here, right? So the next one is non-statistical here. You can see this one, or do I need to share it again?
No, that's fine.
Okay, so you see here, this is describe image, non-statistical one. So it says diagram, random picture, Venn diagram, life cycle process, pyramid tables. So these are the three sentences I'm saying. This is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a look, I can see it gives information about whatever the diagram is about. You can say here, and then if it's a map or diagram, so the you can see the maps, it can be split into the three parts, and on the left hand side I can see, and on the right hand side I can see. It's for only maps and diagrams, right? And in the middle there is information regarding blah blah blah, right? If this is the process, then the first stage of the process, the initial stage, the following stage, the next stage, and then the final stage, right? If it's a process, or if it's a flow chart, if it's a kind of a pyramid which is having different stages in that. And overall, it is concluded that the given image is very informative and knowledgeable for me, right? So this is the last piece of the sentence you are speaking for these images, right? If it's a table, suppose you are just saying these through three lines, sorry, and after that you can just simply start with saying the way I told you, right? What can see on the first column, what is the heading, of course, and what is there in the first row, right? And then just pick any highest, any lowest, and conclude it up, right? So stopping it here again, sharing once more, and these are the images this time, and where I have opened them. Okay, so can you see the image in the on the screen right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me just decrease a bit the fonts, the size of the image because it's not complete one. All right. Okay, first of all, it's a statistical one or non-statistical one?
Non-statistical one, ma'am.
Non-statistical one. So you guys are now preparing an answer using the non-statistical one template. What you can see here, don't add I can see kind of the sun words, right? More, just one or two, and that's it. And besides that, there are a lot of information. There are trees which are green in color. They cover the paler side of the roads, the ships and the pyre. The boats are there, and there are buildings you can see in the shape of the huts, and there is some modern style architectural building. So there's a lot of and blurred area you can also speak about. There is an area behind that. It's a complete big city, metropolitan city. But yes, the image is quite blurred towards the end. So the first view I can see only. So just start speaking about this one, right? So here you are given few minutes to prepare it. And after that, whosoever is ready with the answer, start speaking it, right? Anybody ready here? Arpan, Paru, Ashmita, Taran, Shaza, guys. So when you start speaking, okay, Ashmita, are you gonna answer this one or Taran?
Okay, ma'am, I'll start.
All right. Okay, so I don't have the watch with me. Can you please record your time?
Okay, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much.
Can I start, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
This is a very interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a look, it gives the information about the city. It's a very sunny day, and I can see that the low road leading to the city. On the edges, there are the many trees which are the green in color. It is in the bank of the river, and I can see two boats on the river, and I can see that the buildings are heart shaped in color. which are the developed one, which have the modern architecture. I can see that the many buildings over there. Overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
How much? What's the time limit?
39, ma'am.
39. All right. But there is a problem with the pronunciation. You get that, Ashmita?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and it is like when you know what you are speaking, so the effort should not be felt. The effort should not be felt. And this is a nice description, as nobody given the answer yet. So this is nice because when you have no idea, then that's the actual answer. That's the way you look at the diagram, right? Okay, who is speaking
Okay,
next?
ma'am.
Do I need to say again and again, guys, or you guys speaking yourself? Shiza,
Okay, ma'am.
and just record your time, please.
Okay. This is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a closer look, I can see that it gives information about the city life. At the top, I can see there are different buildings here and more infrastructure is there, and there are different buildings, tall, small, and different types. In the middle, I can see there are different trees there of different sizes, tall, small, and there are different colors, green and light green and dark green. And in the bottom, I can see there is a sea, and the boats are standing on the sea, and the sea is very peaceful. There are different road is nearby, and overall, this picture is very informative for me.
What's the time?
39.
Oh my God. All right. So yeah, it's good. It's good and it's in time. Then that's great too. And you see, when you work with the timers, you know that when to finish
Yeah.
it off, right?
Yeah,
And
I
when
think
you're speaking randomly without having a timer in hand, you can't track the time. And it's
yes.
like for a week, if you are practicing with the timer, ultimately a timer will be set here in the brain. So you
Hmm.
don't have to then work with the timers as well. And who is next here? Karan, are you answering the question or not?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Set a timer for yourself.
Okay, ma'am. Here is an interesting picture in front of me. This picture highlights the city life. I can see in this picture there are various buildings, and the buildings are different in size. From the image, it can be clearly seen that there are some trees at the bank of the road. I can see in this picture the color of the tree is green. From the image, it can be clearly seen that the road is leading to the city. I can see in this picture there are a very much vehicle on the road. I can see in this picture there are some boats and water. From the image, it can be clearly seen that there are many structural buildings. Overall, it can be concluded that this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
What's the time?
32, 33.
32, 33. That is less. And one more thing, the fumbling of the words, right? Very much vehicles, I guess you want to say that. And there are two times when you were about to say something else and there was a wrong pronunciation because you just struck over there like what to say, and then you added up the information quickly, which is smart. But yes, there the system can get it easily, so it's better to prepare early. What I'm going to say, nobody's answer is perfect till now, the three answers. It's just that okay, you need to work on the good fluency and rate of speech as well, right? Okay,
Okay,
Paru,
ma'am.
timer please.
Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, sure, Baru.
This is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a look, I can see it is a picture of a metropolitan city area. It can be seen that the city area lies just beside a beautiful river. Apart from that, I can also see many trees that are planted on the both sides of bridge in which many people can be seen walking. There are also two boats in the river. One of them is big, containing lots of items, and another boat is small one. Overall, this picture is quite informative for me.
Oh, this is less time. What's the time, Paru? How many seconds?
I didn't count it, ma'am.
All right, but this is not 35, 36 seconds. This is less time, and you
Okay.
can speak a lot of information. Like you can talk about the trees, right? The greenery, the color of them, the sizes of the building, right? And you can even talk about the water, like the air is blowing by the. You can see the by the look of the water, right? And what else you can see? The architectural style of the city, right? This is one you can add, and maybe then you are just reading to the time, because you are somewhere around 30, 32, but not 35, 36, right? Okay, Arpan,
Yeah,
and please set it, I mean run a timer along.
sure. This is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a look, I can see it gives information about a sunny day in a modern, beautiful city. This city consists of different kinds of building. It also consists of greeneries along the road, and the road is at the bank of the river. This river consists of two boats. These boats are having too many people on it, and there are many people are also walking on the sides of the road. Overall, I can say that this information is very informative.
Okay, what's the time, Arpan?
38.
38. All right, not bad. And this is a very nice start when the way you have started off, right? And yeah, this is good, this is good, but yeah, little bit more fluent, and it will be ultimately somewhere around 35, 30, and 38. It's not bad either. It just a little bit more fluent, and it will be all good, right? No mistakes other than that. Okay, so moving to the next image now. Oh, sorry, this is like too fast moving. Okay, this is the one. And come on. Okay, here it is, right? So what it is basically, so what kind of information it is?
Process
Information
diagram.
about the cans,
It's a
how
process.
it makes
It's
with
a,
the
it's a pro
recycling products.
Yes, of course, and it's a process diagram. So it has a complete process, and we can easily judge. It starts from the number 1, moving towards the number 7, right? So just now use the again non-statistical template and see what you can speak here and prepare your answer for 36 seconds, right? Okay, let's see who is going to speak first. And please work with the timer along, because that will give you the real idea when to finish, when to conclude it up, because we cannot miss on the conclusive sentence. That's very important to add. An introduction we added when we start speaking. Conclusion, tell the system that the student has ended the answer and just beautifully done it by a conclusion. So basically what's going on here, the cans, they are recycled. First, they are thrown in a recycle bin. Then they carried away by the recycle trucks. The major things I'm just saying, right? And they then just broken into the little pieces, or they are just scattered into the pieces. Better. Then heated up in the fire, and then remold again, and then sent to the supermarket, right? again bought by the customer, and it again moved to the recycle bins, right? And the whole process continues. So this is what you can see on the screen exactly. So who is ready with the answer, guys? So Ashmita said the previous answer first. This time some other student will be saying the answer first.
Okay, I can go.
Okay, Arpan, and kindly time up.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
The given presentation is a process and it is providing the information about the recycling of fish cans. The data is given in the form of 7 steps. As it can be clearly seen from the demonstration that there are some variations, but towards the beginning it is visible that the cans which are first recycled and then carried away by the trucks and then broken into pieces. However, there is a dramatic change in the middle. Moreover, another crucial part is covered by the firing of the cans and then finally recycled to provide to the supermarket. Overall, this trend seems to be changing throughout the process.
Okay, and what's the time?
37.
37, and it's a nice description having different sort of vocabulary, and it adds up the variation to the answer, and that's lovely answer. And it's right one, Arpan. Very good. Okay, who's next here? Paru or Shiza or Taran or Ashmita? Okay, Shiza. Okay, Ashmita.
Okay, can I start, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, Ashmita.
This is a very interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a look, I can see that the process diagram of the recycling cans. There is 7 steps total. First step is the cans, which is written with the fees, and second step is it is recycled and carried out by the truck, and after that it is smashed and broken down, and then after that it is burned, and the new can is formed and it is served to the supermarket, and after that it goes to the customers. Overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
Ashmita, what's the time?
39, ma'am.
And there is a lot of fumbling, Ashmita, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is not a right answer. You repeated yourself as well. And this is not right? You know that. There are mistakes and
Okay,
which should not be there. Otherwise, you are not receiving good score here. Okay, Shiza.
Yeah, ma'am. This is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a closer look, I can see it is a process of recycling cans. In the first step, the fish drink is recycled and thrown into the bin in the second step, and in the third step, it is carried away by the truck, and in the fourth step, it is broken into the small pieces, and in the fifth step, it is put it in the fire, and in the sixth step, it is remolded into a new can, and the seventh step, it is brought in again into the supermarket, and again it brought by the customers and recycled to the bin. So this process is going on and on. Overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
Okay, so why you took a pause there, on and on? Huh? All right, what's the time, Shiza?
I'll get the stopwatch.
You
It's
forgot.
38.
It's 38. All right. And you don't need to take a pause there, going
Yes,
on
ma'am.
and on, because that where it can be easily felt by the system. System easily picked that up, right? You know the
Yes,
unusual
ma'am.
and the unnecessary pauses. System can easily pick that. So that is not needed there. And ultimately, it's like you are finishing it off in 36 seconds if you're not taking that pause, right?
Okay.
And okay, Taran.
Okay, ma'am.
And timer, Taran. Yes, Taran.
Here is an interesting process in front of me. This process highlights recycling can. It also shows how the process is done. From the image, it can be clearly seen that number 1 is the fish can, and its second one is this disposal into the can, and also it carried out by the truck, and fourth step is it broken into the pieces, and the fifth step is put in the fire. After that it's remolded and in going to the supermarket, and it again make the fish can. This process is going and going on. Overall this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
What happened, Taran? Taran,
Yes, ma'am.
what happened?
Don't know.
Not practicing these days?
Yeah, practicing, but not for describe image.
You see the difference?
Yes.
Yes, so I don't have to say anything about your answer because that's not perfect at all. So no comments on that, but you know that, right? Paru.
The given process diagram shows how cans can be recycled using different procedures. In the first step, the empty cans are thrown into the rubbish bin. Then they are carried away by rubbish trucks. After that, the cans are broken into very little pieces. In the next process, cans are heated up in the fire. And after some time, cans are remolded again. Then after, they are sent to the supermarkets. New cans are again bought and consumed by consumers. And then again, the process continues. Finally, it can also be seen that the whole process continues as again.
So Paru, you counted the time?
Yes, ma'am, 35 seconds, 35.45.
All right, so it's all done because it need to be somewhere around 35 plus. All right, so it is nice, but yeah, there is a bit of the at the end as you were dragging it more, or maybe you're working on the timer, so that effort can be felt, right? So
Yeah.
it should not be, it should be effortless, right? Okay, not bad, but yeah, it's great, good. Next image on the screen right now is a note. Come on, move up or down. Oh my God, what's happening with this? Okay. Okay. So it says vehicle ownership in New Zealand 2001 and 13 in 2001 and 2013. So basically, what kind of information is there in the note? What do you see in here?
Ownership depending on the number of cars.
Exactly. But what do you see? These are the bars or these are the
Yeah,
what?
it's a bar.
So basically, you see these are the two bars quoting the year 2001 and 13. And the numbers, I mean, the data is calculated in numbers. Like 0, that means no car. 1, that means ultimately that's one number. And 2 cars, this is 2 number. So it's like another way of representing a bar graph. So it's like everything is on there. So now use the statistical one, or maybe a mixture of the both, and prepare an answer. And you know that the PT all modules, they need practice. They clearly based on your practice. You know, you're moving towards your test, maybe towards this end of the lockdown, you got your dates and everything, you just start the process, the whole things, it started again. So just that you need to keep practicing. The time you are not practicing a certain thing here, because this is more of, you know, remembering those tactics, tricks, and maintaining the fluency. So it's very important to devote to the practice if you want to score 79 plus in PTE, right? So maybe you just devote 1 hour in a day, 2 hour in a day. That's enough. That's more than enough, right? Because it's very time bonded when it comes to the speaking item types. They are very time bond, spontaneous response they want, right? So it's like if we just giving ourselves for time to just gel up in the given format. Only then we will be able to produce good answers. Okay, so who is ready with the answer here?
Okay, I can go for it.
All right, sure.
This is an interesting image in front of me. The given presentation is a bar graph and it is providing the information about the vehicle ownership in New Zealand in 2001 and 2013. The data is given in the form of a defined percentage of no cars, one car and two cars. As it can be clearly seen from the demonstration that in 2001, around 30% of people having no cars and 30% of people having two cars and 40% having one car. In 2013, around 20% having no cars and around 40% each having one car and two cars. Overall, this information is very informative.
All right. So what is the time here?
38.
38. Okay, so you said the percentages which is not there in the image, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. And if we don't want to add the percentages which is not there in the image, can you give your answer again?
Okay. So how should I then?
So it's like this is whole 2001 year. So
Yeah.
of course it's starting from the bottom. That's like the months, right? For the initial, how many months? Then you can divide it better.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is, of course, if it's 1 year, it's going to be Jan to December, right?
Yeah.
So according to that, prepare your answer because no percentages are given here. The data given, that's in numbers only, and that's for cars. But division of the year, it's not mentioned in percentages. So maybe we can just quote up in 2001, the initial 3 or 4 months, there were no cars owned by the New Zealanders. Moving towards the middle of the year, the majority of the people, they were owning one car, and towards the end, the number of the car is the topmost, which is 2 cars uh, by the people of the New Zealand, maybe like that. So just think from that perspective. Okay, who's giving answer here? Arpan, you want to go again?
Let me practice once and I'll
Sure,
get.
sure. Okay, Ashmita, you ready with the answer? Just give it a try.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
The given image gives information about vehicle ownership in New Zealand in two different years, 2001 and 2013. Data is calculated in numbers. After having a look, I can see that the various trends are emerging. In 2000 year, it is clear that the maximum figure is of one car and the minimum figure is of two cars. And there is the moderate figure is of no cars. However, in 2013, the maximum figure is of one car followed by the two cars and the minimum figure is of no cars. Overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
Very good. Ashmita, what's the time? Ashmita, how much time?
36 seconds, ma'am.
36 seconds. And that's a very good description. The way you just picked it up, it is very nice and as per the given image, right? Very good. Okay, so Shiza.
Yeah.
Shiza,
Okay, ma'am. There is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a closer look, I can see it is a bar graph which gives information about vehicle ownership in New Zealand in the year 2001 and 2013. In the 2001 year, I can see the one car is owned by the most of the people, and then the no car is about owned by the other people, and two car is owned by the less of the people. And in 2013 year, the most people is carrying own the one car, and two cars are owned by the less people, and no car are owned by the very few people. So overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me. I'm hesitating.
yeah, you were hesitating, but that's okay. That's fine. I don't know. I just said I just said it's not good, and Taran left. I don't understand what happened to her. Can you please send a message to her in the group? Don't send in the group. Just send that private message. If Ashmita, you can do that, right?
Okay.
Okay, and Shiza, hesitation is there. You know that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that should not be there. And other than that, you need to pick up the way Ashmita said the answer, because I guess that's the appropriate way to say this one, right?
Yeah.
Maximum people, they were owning one car followed by the two car, and or maybe like the maximum is by one car, it is followed by the no car,
No cars.
and the least stands with the two cars in the year 2001 in case of the people of the New Zealand, right?
Ma'am.
Okay, Paru.
This is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a look, I can see it is a picture describing vehicle ownership in New Zealand in the year 2001 and 2013. The data is calculated in numbers. It is clear that the no cars were owned during the initial months in both of the years 2001 and 2013. It can also be seen that the people of New Zealand were able to own one car in the middle months in 2001 and 2013. Interestingly, by the end months, there were highest number of vehicle ownership as two cars were owned in both years. Overall, it can be concluded that the given image is very informative.
Very nice, Paru. You too, very nice. So what is the
Ma'am,
time?
40 seconds.
40 seconds. Okay, on the verge of that. All right, so it's like it is also one good way. You see, when we practice together, we come to know about the different tactics, like how we can answer one certain question. So practicing alone is like one view, practicing with different people, having different set of the views. So this is also one nice way to explain the diagram, right? Okay, Arpan, you want to try it? But yeah, Paru, you need to just speak little less so that you're not just on the verge of,
Yes, ma'am.
it needs to be, less than 40. Okay, Arpan.
Ma'am, she's saying that she is having some work.
All right, fine. It's okay. It's okay. I thought she just took it negatively. Okay, fine. That's right. Okay, Arpan.
This is an interesting image in front of me. The given presentation is a bar graph and it provides information about the vehicle ownership of people in New Zealand in 2001 and 2013. The data is given in the form of number of months in 2001 and 2013. As it can be clearly seen that the initial 3 and the last 3 months, people were having no cars and 2 cars respectively. While in the middle 6 months, the people were having 1 car in 2001. While in 2013, the initial 2 months, people were having no cars, and last 10 months, people were having 1 car and 2 cars respectively. Overall, this image is very informative and productive.
All right. So what's the time here?
38.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. That's what it need to be. All right. Okay. So yeah, that's the right one. Okay, let's move to the next image now.
Ma'am, I'll be back soon.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, here. Here it says world water distribution. These are the two pie charts. And as we did in the last class for the describe image, the smallest share, the fresh water, where it comes from, they have told about the sources there, which is ice being the highest one, groundwater second highest, and the lakes and rivers the least one, right? So other than that, the 90% of it, 98% of the world water is salty. You understand how it is like depicted, right? So just look inside and prepare an answer and come up with your answer. Okay, so Ashmita, speaking
Yes,
first.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. This is an okay, ma'am. I'll set a timer first.
Okay.
The given image gives information about world water distribution. After having a look, I can see that the various trends are emerging. The data is calculated in percentages. It is seen that the highest figure is of salt water, which is 98%, coded with the purple color, and the minimum figure is of fresh water, which is 2%, coded with green color. The fresh water is divided into the 3 different stages, like the ice 87%, groundwater 12%, and river and lakes 1%. Overall, this pie chart is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
Okay, so what's the time, Ashmita?
35 seconds, ma'am.
All right, and this is very flowy in description, and there is a lot of fluency as well. So this is right answer. Okay, who is next here? Shiza or Paru?
Yes, ma'am. I can
All
go.
right.
There is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a closer look, I can see it is a pie chart which gives information about world water distribution. I can see in the first pie chart that is majority is covered by the salt water, which is 98%, and the fresh water is only 2%. The fresh water is come from the ice mainly, which is 87%, and from the groundwater, which is 12%, and then rivers and lake, which covers only 1%. And rivers and lake is coated by the white color, and ice is covered by the blue color. Overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
Okay, what's the time?
36.
Okay, so at the last there was a bit of fumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that should not be there, and other than that, it's right. All right. Okay, Paru. Paru, it's your turn to speak the answer.
Yes, ma'am, just a second.
All right.
The given pie chart gives information about world water distribution. The data is calculated in percentage. After having a look, I can see the various trends are emerging. It is clear that the maximum figure is of salt water, which is 98%, and the minimum figure is of fresh water at 2%. Here, the fresh water is the combination of 87% of ice, 12% of groundwater, and 1% of rivers and lakes. We can also see that the pie chart is color coded in purple and green color. Overall, this picture is quite informative and knowledgeable for me.
Okay, so Paru, what's the time?
37.61.
And you just repeated yourself once.
Yes.
Groundwater, that should not be repeated. And other than that, it's right. Okay, Arpan, you there? Okay, Arpan is not here, I guess. He just went away for a few minutes. All right, let's move to the next image. You see here. Now, this is the image we will be practicing now. Oh no. Okay. Okay, you can see it, right? Let me just. Okay, it is here now. So it says two examples of input process output, right? So that means two examples of input to output and what's in there, what's there in the process. So input, there are two examples given as materials, and which is then processed by the factories, industries, or different mechanical processes. And then the output is the product, right? Then second type of example of the input is data, which is fed into the system, computer system, laptops, or any other form of the electronic media or electronic devices. And then what it produce, it give end product as information. And guys, you see, you can clearly see here the information is quite less, right? So what we can add, that we can see the information put up into the rectangular boxes. This is also we can add the colors of for the input, process, and output. You can also add with this sentence. This is a very colorful image, right? The arrows mention the process. They are black in color, right? So these are the information you can using, and there are different colors as well. You know, there are white color, there is white color, there is green color, yellow color, red color. You can also talk about them so that you can extend the data. I hope you understood that. So just be prepared with the image and start with your answers.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Arpan.
The given presentation is a process and it is providing the information about the two examples of input, process, output. The data is given in the form of number of steps. As it can be clearly seen from the demonstration that there are some variations, but towards the beginning it is visible that the first factor is materials which are processed in factories to give the final product. However, the next dramatic change is visible in the middle part of the image and the situation looks different from the previous one. Moreover, another crucial part is covered by the data which are processed in the computers to give the final information. Overall, this trend seems to be changing in the given example of two examples of two input process output.
All right, and what's the time here?
36. Actually, I lost some words, so that's why I was just making up.
Yes, I can clearly see that. That was a beautiful makeup, I would say. But the way you add up the words, Arpan, that's really good because that's give it a variation. There is no repetition, and you just easily cover up the seconds with the less of the information as well. And that's what we have to do here, right? Adding up, obviously saying the information, but saying in that a clever and smart way, that we are not adding up any extra information, and we are just reaching to the certain time limit as well. All right, that's a very nice answer. I like the way you just added up those sentences, like it gives some other demographic trends or something like that. All right, so Ashmita,
Yes.
yeah, answer please.
Okay, ma'am. This is a very interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a look, I can see that it gives information about two examples of input, process, and output. First example is the materials which are processed in the factories and the products are produced. And the second one is data are processed in the computers and the information are released. I can see that the different shapes and the sizes over here. I can see that the 6 arrows and the 6 rectangular boxes. I can see the different colors here. Overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
All right, good. What's the time, Ashmita?
36, ma'am.
36. Very good,
Yes.
very good. And there was no fumbling, no repetition, no hesitation. Good one. All
Thank
right.
you, ma'am.
Okay, Paru or Shiza? Guys, we waiting. Paru or Shiza? Okay, Paru.
I'll try, ma'am. I can see an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a look, I can see it is a picture talking about two examples of input processes and output. The first example includes materials as input, factories or industries as process, and final product as output. The second example shows data as input, computers as process, and information as output. Moreover, we can also see that different shapes such as rectangular and arrows are shown. Overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
Okay, so what is the time, Paru?
35.38 seconds.
All right, good. But yeah, you just, when you started up, so you just fumble out there, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
that should not be there. You know that the answer need to be really flowy and fluent. Only then you will be receiving good score. There should be no fumbling and hesitation, right? Other than
yes.
that, it's a nice answer. Shiza.
Okay, ma'am. There is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a closer look, I can see it gives information about two examples of input, process, output. It is a three process, input and in process and the output. And the first example is of materials, which is processed in the industries and then gives the product as output. The second example is of data, which is given into the computer or any electronic device, and it gives information as output. Moreover, it is in different colors and shapes, I can see.
This this won't cover your time, Shiza.
No, ma'am, I'm having.
Okay. Stop talking. You fine?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. You fine? Maybe have water, drink water.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so yeah, it is a nice way, like two example of input process output. Input process is material as the first example, which is processing the things in the factories or the industries, and the end product we are getting as output is obviously end product. We are getting the end product as the output, right? And then comes this likewise information given for the data, and the data it is given into the rectangular box and then arrow forward in a black color to the computer system or maybe any electronic device, and then the output came as the information again in a rectangular box, right? So there are colors like the blue, yellow, green. If you want to make it really easy, then just say the colors, and gray and black, and this is quite informative and knowledgeable information for me, right? So let's move to the last image.
Ma'am, I'm worried if it happens in the test. So what happens?
So you are losing marks for that particular question. So then
For anything.
you need to be very good. You need to take care, like very good, take care of your throat, your chest,
Yeah,
before the exam, because that's what
because it's
system won't
happening
spare
from the
you, right?
morning. Yeah.
System won't spare you if you just scotch cough or something like that, or you sneeze even. So the system won't be sparing you. So it's very important. That's why we say you guys to have the mock test at the home, because then you will be really habitual of sitting for entire 3 hours without having any cough or something. It's clearly fine with the reading. It's not okay with the listening as well, because you're just having those things to listen. Okay, fine, Paru, no worries. All right, sure. So just take care before sitting in the exam. Just take care of your throat, chest well,
Okay,
that you are
ma'am.
not catching any cold or cough,
Yeah.
something like that. And these days, it's really scary to have a cough or cold even. Okay,
Even
Paru,
staying
yeah,
at home.
awesome. All right, okay, here, guys, this is the last image for the day. You see here, this is the line graph having percent of university and college students who did educational activities by hour of day on weekends, or sorry, weekdays. Two lines predicting full-time students and the part-time. The percentage, the data is given in percentage for the different hours of the day. That's 12, 4, 8, and then evening 12, 4, 8, and 11, right? There are a lot of information. Even you're not speaking of any of the up and downs of the line, still you will be able to cover up in 36 seconds. Now it's your cleverness, smartness, how you are covering it up. So just pay attention to it and be ready with your answer and tell me. Okay, anybody ready?
Okay, I'll go for it.
All right.
The given presentation is a line graph and it is providing the information about the percent of university and college students who did educational activities by hour of day on weekdays. The data is given in the form of percentage from 12 a.m. to 11 p.m. on the same day. As it can be clearly seen from the demonstration that it is around 1% and 5% at 12 a.m. for part-time and full-time students respectively. However, the next dramatic change is visible in the middle part of the image and the situation looks different from the previous one. Moreover, the highest percentage is at around 16% and 35%, which is around 11 a.m. for part-time and full-time students respectively. Overall, the trend seems to be changing.
Time.
38.
All right, all right. Okay, that's a nice way to present this information, and the lines you use cleverly, like then the situation is different from the previous one and such like that. They go pretty well with the information description. Okay, so Ashmita, Guys, you don't even have to say
Yes,
the percentages
ma'am.
or also, yeah, because you can just say there are a lot of text written. You're just saying that, maybe you're covering up your time.
Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, yes, Sushmita, please.
The given by. Okay, I'll start.
Again.
I'll start again. Yes. The given image gives information about percentage of university and college students who did educational activities by hour of day on weekends. The data is calculated in percentages. After having a look, I can see that various trends are emerging. I can see that the different percentages like 0, 5, up to 40% and different time categories from 12 a.m. to up to 11 p.m. I can see that the maximum figure is a full-time student which is at 35% at 11 a.m. and minimum figure is of part-time student at 0% around at 3 a.m. Overall, this picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
All right. What's the time?
37 seconds, ma'am.
37 seconds. All right. But you fumbled once or twice, right? That should not be
Yes, ma'am.
there. Okay. I want you, like any of you, I just want you to just say the text and of course the percentage and the time and the full-time student 2 bars, 2 lines are given. That's it. Not adding up the actually the values, right? And just say it and let's see how much time it will cover. Can anybody explain in that way?
Sorry.
Yeah, without adding, these things like the highest is this or the lowest is at 11 or something. Don't add this information. Just what you can see right now. The sentence is written here beneath, like the data is in percentage. That's for the 12 to 11 p.m. for one day. Full and part-time students given. Just add this information only and let's see how much time we can cover up.
Okay.
So can you please give a sample answer to that? Anybody of you? Arpan, can you give that?
Just give me a moment. I'm having some food.
All right, fine.
Okay, ma'am, I
Okay,
can try.
okay, Shiza, thank you very much.
There is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a closer look, I can see a line graph which gives information about percent of university and college students who did educational activities by hour of day on weekends. There is full-time students and part-time students, which is color-coded with blue and green. The data includes individuals ages 15 to 49 who were enrolled at a university or college. Data includes non-holiday weekdays and our average for 2011 to 15. It is it is
Okay, say it again, Shiza. Okay, now it's like you have to something like honey.
I just had the hot water, but
All right.
okay.
Okay, once again.
Okay. There is an interesting image in front of me. Let me have a closer look at the given random picture. After having a closer look, I can see a line graph which gives information about percent of university and college students who did educational activities by hour of day on weekdays. The data is calculated in percentages and time is given from 12 a.m. to 11 p.m. The full-time students and part-time students is color-coded with blue and green color. The data includes individuals ages 15 to 49 who were enrolled at a university or college. That include non-holiday weekdays and are averages for 2011 to 15. The source of this line graph is Bureau of Labor Statistics American Time USA survey. This picture is very informative and knowledgeable for me.
Okay, what's the time?
40 seconds. I just check on the stopwatch, so I've
So
completed.
it's how many seconds? Sorry,
40.
I'm still not able to hear you.
40.
40?
Yeah.
So it's 40. All right. So sometime if you have such lengthy text written on the image, so it's quite easy to just speak off the text and you're done with the image. You don't have even go after the percentages or everything. Just say the percent is from 0 to 40. The time is from 12 to 11 p.m. full-time, part-time student coded with blue and green respectively, and data includes individual ages 15 to 49 who were already, that's it, right? Or maybe it's just one way, maybe sometime we are not in a situation to just quickly gather the information given. So if there is a lot of text, so that's the best way you can just speak of the image, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the images we practiced today. So there are many we practiced today. They are of different nature, right? So I hope this clears up the doubts and everything regarding this particular section, right? Okay, let me stop this here. All right. So now I will be asking you a few questions. That's going to be, that the answer short question, which is the last part because we don't have time. Or you want to do the read alouds? Tell me.
The last
Answer
one.
short.
Answer short question is the last item type of the speaking. You want to do that or you want to
Yeah.
do the read alouds?
Answer short question.
Answer short
Answer.
question. All right. So I can see there is a new name here. I can see, just getting on my nerves now. Atif, right? So how are you, Atif? I can't hear you. You are speaking, but still I can't hear you. Maybe your volume is, device volume is not up.
And now can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you?
I'm really good. So just recently I got with the CECA.
All
So they
right.
just sent me the Zoom link to just
Mm-hmm.
get the online classes for English.
For English, that's for PTE right now. And we also do have
Yeah.
class for IELTS as well. So what you are after, PTE or IELTS?
I'm after PTE, yeah.
All right, that's what we are doing. We just finished it off with the describe image. Now we are doing answer short question. That's the fun part of the test, right? So
Okay.
I'll be just saying the question and you guys have to answer that question in one word, right? So
Okay.
just give me 1 or 2 minutes. I'll just gather up the information here. Okay, so you know that, like, I will be asking a question. The first word you are saying, that need to be the answer of that question, right? So it's very important, and you cannot say more than one word. It's a very rare case that you are saying 2 words as an answer here. So whatever you will be saying first, that will be considered as your answer here. And there will be 10 to 12 such question in the real exam. For this answer short question category, and in case you just don't know the answer, they are very general knowledge, journal information related question. I mean, they don't not asking you what is the capital of such country. No such questions will be there. They are very of, okay, so they are very journal, like maybe what days come after Wednesday? We know it's Thursday, right? So such question, what is the color of sky? So what is the color of sky? We know that, right? It's blue color. So which area is hilly, the mountain or the plains? So which area is hilly? We know that that's mountain, right? So such questions will be there. So let me ask you a few questions if you can hear it right now, or I have to say them. Maybe you're not able to hear them on the computer system. Okay, I'll be asking the question, you are answering it, right? Is that good with all?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yep.
so let's start here. Part question. It's kind of loading, just a moment. Okay, so the first question says here, I don't know what's happening with this one. It's not loading up. Let me open this some other thing. And some other day we will be doing the essays, and The repetitive essays in the PT, they are only like few. If we can practice those, so some essays are going to repeat from them only. So it's not a long list, only I guess 20-25 essays are there. That's what we have to practice all together. All right, so the first question says, okay, yeah. What stage is a 10-year-old child in? What stage is a 10-year-old child in?
Adolescent.
Yes,
Early adolescent.
adolescence, right? Okay, so the next question, so you need to be very quick with your answer. Don't take much time because this is not how the time will be there in the test. You need to understand when the question is said. I mean, there you will be hearing a recording. So when the recording is over, there will be a beep sound, right? And instantly after that beep sound, you have to say your answer. If you taking 3 seconds, more than 3 seconds to answer, your answer won't be getting recorded for the particular question. So it's very important, right? So just say that. So what do bees collect from flower?
Pollen.
Yeah, pollen. This is one we did earlier. Don't say honey here.
Yeah.
All right. The next question is, skeleton is made of what kind of material?
Bones.
Bone.
Oh, material.
Bones. No, that's the answer is bones, but don't say bone. It's like plural answer need to be there. Bones, right? And be quick with your responses. This is not how you are answering the questions here. So how do you describe the money that citizens must contribute to the government for public use?
Tax.
Taxes.
We know the answer here, and that's tax. That's very obvious. All right, the next one. Okay, here. So it says, when, no, it's not when. Can you find alligators in a swamp or a lake?
Lake.
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 So where we find alligators, in a swamp or a lake?
Lake.
Lake.
No, we find alligators in a swamp. Swamp is a muddy, watery area. There we majority of the time the alligators are found to be there. They resides there in a swamp areas, dry and wet areas, the combination of both, right? So answer is swamp here. So the next question is, what kind of thing can play the role of protection that orange and bananas all have?
Cover.
Cover.
Think again. What kind of thing can play the role of protection that orange and bananas all have?
Clothes.
Orange and bananas have clothes.
Ma'am, peel.
Yeah, that's what
Peel.
you said. Who said that peel?
Peel, Shiza.
Yeah, of course. What kind of
Oh.
thing that can play role of protection that orange and bananas all have? So of course that's
Peel.
peel. They have peel. They
Okay.
protect the inner mushy material inside them, right? So the next question. What is the hardest part of your hand?
Palm.
No,
Knuckles.
no.
Nails.
Nails.
Yes.
Sure, Ashish, what is the answer? Do you know the answer?
I think somebody said nails.
Yes, that's the right answer. What is the hardest part of your hands? That's nails. And the next is, how do you call the diagram which includes a horizontal line called x-axis and a vertical line called y-axis?
Graph.
Graph? Okay, I don't know, but the answer here is, I'm telling the answer because I know this is very tricky one. Coordinate system, right? Coordinate diagram, coordinate system. So we call this a coordinate diagram and we have x-axis and y-axis, right? Okay, how do we call that animals and plants preserved in the rocks?
Fossil.
Fossils.
Fossils.
Exactly, fossils. Next one, it says, tomorrow's lecture is cancelled. If today is Tuesday, then on which day was the lecture cancelled?
Wednesday.
Is it right answer?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes, it is the right answer. Tomorrow lecture is cancelled. Today is Tuesday. So what day's lecture is cancelled? That's Wednesday lecture. All right, next one. So here, what kind of liquid do mammals feed their children?
Milk.
Milk.
Milk. That's what we all know. Okay, next one. Which one is more widespread? Korean, Thai, or Hindi?
Hindi.
Is it true, guys?
No idea.
Yes, it is
It
true.
is Hindi. Basically, it's Hindi. You know, you can find the Hindi people all around the globe, right? Okay, next one. Okay, what is the hard object in the center of peaches, apples, and pears?
Seeds.
It's no.
Yeah?
Seeds.
Stones.
What
Stones.
did you, stones?
Seeds.
Stone.
Okay, so guys, the answer to this one is stone. Maybe you can say stone, maybe you can say pit. Pit is the right word. P-I-T, pit. Or core, C-O-R-E, core. So if you have this question in the test, like what is the hard object in the center of peaches, apple, and pears? So better you say pit, P-I-T, pit. Okay, so the next says, what is the document you submit before you submit your assignment at university?
Thesis. Abstract.
Proposal.
Okay, that's proposal. And Ashmita, how you know this? I even don't know that it is called proposal. Okay, so the answer to this one is proposal. The next is, what clothes are used to hike mountains and are used to keep dry?
Jackets.
Hiking
Yes,
clothes.
maybe I don't know, so I can just simply say jackets, of course, that used to hike mountains and used to keep ourselves dry, the jackets. Or maybe you can say the outdoor jackets. Don't say the outdoor jackets, right? So both will be correct. Next one. Oral English is different from academic English. Which is the best term to describe academic English, tolerant or rigorous? Which is the best term to describe academic English, tolerant or rigorous?
Tolerant.
Rigorous.
Rigorous, because the academic English is rigorous. This is not easy. This is not tolerant. There is a basic, there are very hard and fast grammatical rules, right? So always academic English is rigorous, not tolerant. Oral is tolerant. We can say sometimes we mold the sentences, we add the slangs and that. So it's pretty much fine. So it's tolerant way of the language being oral, but not in the academic thing. Okay, what is the process of teaching and learning called?
Education.
Exactly, education, right? What is the process of teaching and learning called? Education. Somebody teach, somebody learn. So that's how the process of education is. What do you call a person who is active, lively, and enjoys the company of others?
Extrovert.
Extrovert.
Extrovert. The person who is active, lively, and enjoys the company of others. Extrovert person. Okay, so the next one. To cross over from one side of the wide river to another without using a boat, what is usually required?
Bridge.
Bridge.
Exactly. Without using a boat, how we can cross over a bridge on the river? By using how we can cross the river? By bridge. So answer need to be bridge only. Just say bridge. One who is recovering from illness.
Patient.
There is another word. One who is recovering from illness. I actually, even I was not aware about this. This says convalescent. It's like CONVALESCENT. So remember this word when you have this question in the test. Extreme fear from strangers.
Xenophobia.
Which phobia?
Xenophobia or gerophobia?
Xenophobia. Extreme fear of stranger is called xenophobia. Okay, next is a place where birds are kept. Aquarium or aviary?
Avari.
Every.
All right, birds. And if it's fish, then it's aquarium. Historians use evidence to conclude the past. Would a contemporary artist painting of an ancient battle be an original source or secondary source?
Original source.
Anybody? Okay, once again. Historians use evidence to conclude the past. Would a contemporary artist painting of an ancient battle be an original source or secondary source?
Secondary, ma'am.
Secondary.
It is a secondary source. The painting from an artist of a painted battlefield or something. This is not the original source. This is secondary source, right? Because from somewhere he came to know. Maybe he just read a story about that and then he just painted that on a canvas. So secondary source. Okay, next one. A list of headings of the business to be transacted at a meeting.
Conference.
List of headings of the business to be transacted at a meeting. Okay, if I go to meeting, I have a set of the headings with me. What I will call them? Like this is what I'm going to do in the meeting. Transacted. Agenda.
Agenda.
List of the heading
Yes.
of the businesses to be transacted at a meeting is called agenda. I have this agenda at the meeting, right? This is very commonly used word in the business world. Okay. I don't know what this question is about. What does the letter C represents for? You have seen that C in a circle kind of sign.
Copyright.
Yes, and if you have such question, you will be having that image, C in a circle. So when C is in a circle, that's called copyright, right? So the next question, a nursery where children are cared for while their parents are at work.
Daycare.
We call them with many names, but the specific name is kindergarten or crèche. These are the two names, the crèche or the kindergarten. Maybe you can say either of them, either of two. So next is, on what geographical location would someone be living if their country is surrounded by water on all sides?
Island.
Island.
That's right, an island, right? Okay, next
Ma'am,
one.
we have to say an island.
You have to say island only. Even if you say an island, it will be right. If you saying island, it will be right. Okay, if a button has come off a shirt, what would someone most likely use to put it back on?
Needle.
Stitch.
And stick.
Thread.
Thread and needle.
Needle and thread. That's what we use to put button back on the shirt. That's we all know, right? Needle and thread. You know, this is some kind of answer where you can say 3 words because this actually require them. So it's fine here. I'm sorry. Okay, next question. Do scapegoats escape or undertake the crime? Do scapegoats escape or undertake the crime?
Escape.
Undertake the crime.
Of course, if it's not escape, it's going to be undertake. So scapegoats are not escaping from the crime. They are like, they just undertake the crime. Somebody put a blame on them, kind of that.
Okay.
Okay, the next one. The property which, the property which a new wife brings to her husband.
Dory.
Dowry.
Dowry.
Dowry, we know that. Okay, I don't know where PT minds work. Okay, what is a violent conflict between two or more countries?
War.
War.
Or
War.
War. Yeah. Next is the one who attends to sick people and prescribe medicines.
Doctor.
Doctors.
pharmacist.
One who attends to sick people and prescribe medicines.
Doctor.
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 Okay, so
Physician.
physician. That's what they have written as an answer, but I think doctor won't be wrong either. Doctor attends sick people and prescribe medicine as well, right? Physician, maybe the technical term is physician, right? Okay, literary theft or passing off an author's original work as one's own.
Patent.
Literary theft or passing off an author's original work as one's own. The term we usually hear a lot when we are studying here in the abroad countries. Plagiarism.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's true. That's right. Okay, that's it. Next, what is the payment of a student's education by an organization called? What is the payment of a student's education by an organization called?
Scholarship.
Exactly, that's what. Why they pay for us when they give us scholarships. So the education provider paying for the student education, so that is called a scholarship. You see, this is bit of not, grabbing the ear from this side, but from the other side, this is how they are asking the question. What do you call the middle of something?
Center.
Center.
Yeah, that's true. Very good. And that's how your answer need to be very quick. We went to the market. How do you understand it is a past tense?
Went.
Yeah, that's the second form of the verb. So yes, we will say went. That's the word we make it understand. Okay, now this is a past tense. We went to the market, right? Very grammatical. All right. What do you call a long depression in the surface of the land that usually contains a river is called?
Sorry, what is the question?
Depression in the.
Okay. I'm saying it again. What do you call long depression in the surface of the land that usually contains a river?
Dent.
Yeah, and what we call in a natural terms, that dent in the surface of the land, long depression in the surface of the land that usually contains a river. Where the river flows, what we call them. Okay, so the answer here is valley.
Valley.
What do you call long depression? Long depression in the surface of the land that usually contains a river. So I hope we get that now. It's valley. Okay, so the next and okay, this is what do you call the document that gives details about your qualification and work experience?
Resume.
Yeah, curriculum vitae or resume. So better call curriculum vitae. Okay, what do you call a tax on goods produced and used in a country?
GST.
Is it GST?
Ma'am, can you please repeat the question
What do you
again?
call a tax on goods produced and used in a country? Excise tax. Oh, excise tax. Excise tax. Maybe you can search for this term, what the particular text is called. All right, the last question, and kindly give a quick answer, very easy. Would you measure the volume of bottled water in liters or kilos?
Liters.
Liters.
Yeah, and only girls just said very promptly, it's liters. Yes, it's liters. Wow, that's how we calculate the volume of the bottled water. And that's all for the today's class. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. That's 10 a.m. in the morning till 12 p.m. right? And tomorrow we will be practicing we left with the listening item types on the Friday, right? That's what we will be continuing from tomorrow, right? So listening, that's what will be there on agenda for Tuesday. All right, all good. So I'm ending this session. Have any question, you can ask them.
No question, ma'am. It's all good. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
So
Have a good
please do
day.
the review on the Google, and also tell others about the classes running for the free and of the cost, so they can also practice here, come down here, because this is what you will be doing if you are paying somewhere attending the class, or this is what you will be doing if you're attending it for free, right? So it's very beneficial for other as well. So to spread the word, right? All
Sure,
right.
ma'am.
So this
Thank
is
you so
provided by
much.
CECA. Have a good day ahead, and bye bye. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have
ma'am.
a good day.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.